Okay, all right. So yesterday we looked at the meta characters that we use, and in the meta characters that we saw various symbols that we use. These were our meta characters. So just to quickly recap, so dot, we saw that dot replaces any alphanumeric character. So to get a match for an alphanumeric character, you can use dots, and each dot represents only one um, index place. So which means only one letter. For each letter there is one dot. And caret symbols indicates that something that should start with, that is what caret symbol is for. And dollar symbol is for something that ends with. Okay. And star symbol, as we saw, it has its own way of tackling. So 0 to n number of repetitions, plus is 1 to n number of repetitions, question mark, as you saw, 0 to 1 was the value for question mark, which means 0 to 1 repeated values would have been received as a hit. Now curly braces also we saw. Curly braces was indicating that we wanted to get a match for some character that was preceding with minimum and max values. Okay, if I had something like Google or 2 comma 3, so which means Google would have to be repeated 2 to 3 times, so something like that. Okay. And common brackets also we saw. Common brackets indicate a little different values, which means exact match within whatever was specified within the common brackets, whereas square brackets take a hit on each and every individual letter. Pipe symbol we saw is used as or option, either you get this or you get this. Okay, so that sort of hit. And there is one more. Okay, that I will talk about. It's backslash, that is used for escaping the characters, but that I will talk about when I talk about methods. That is where it makes more relevant. um, okay, all right. The next thing is special sequences. Okay, special sequences are also used for making the common matches. See, the thing is, one or more methods here that we're discussing can give you similar results. Okay, but the all these methods and all these ways of getting a hit are there only for convenience. Okay, you can use whatever way you want. All right. So okay, let's look at slash a. Now slash a, it matches specific characters at the start of a string. Okay, let's just say um, start of a string was, we already had that sort of example somewhere here. Yeah, so this one. So if you had a string, right, and if you wanted to know that something starts with, we could have used a caret symbol. Likewise, very similarly, we will see how to use a slash a. Now just like this caret symbol, slash a also does the very same job. So that's why I said more than one method exists to get the similar results. Okay, let's just say our string, test string. Okay, test string is um, the sun. Okay, test string is the sun, and the pattern is slash a along with the. Okay, so basically we are trying to check if the sentence starts with the letter, sorry, the word the. Okay, now if I want to find r dot find all. Okay, and my syntax is I have to give the pattern first. Okay, and then the test string, and I have a hit. The same thing could have been done, okay, just by indicating that this starts with a caret symbol. You see, so more than one method exists to get the same result. It depends on completely you as a developer on what you wanna choose. Okay, and let's look at one more example for this. when you use slash a, okay, just like your caret symbol here, if I write in the sun, there is no match. So this indicates that slash a has does the matching in the beginning only. Okay. So yeah. So is this clear? Slash a is clear. Okay. Now we have slash b, small letter slash b. The difference between slash capital A and slash b, small letter b, is that small letter b does the match at the beginning or at the end of the word. Okay, let's look at that. So let's just say this is slash b. I want to check if something starts with the n, or not end, or ends with um, ends with that letter. So here, okay, let me modify this. um, okay, slash b, why is it not working? Okay, let's just say, hmm, interesting. Okay, let's just say still not a match. Interesting. One second. Match if the specified characters are at the beginning or end of a word. Hmm. Why is it not working? Okay, how about slash b? Okay, there is some, there could be some problem. Okay, why is it not working? Okay. Okay, you leave this slash small b. Okay, it seems to be not working. I'm not sure why. I will have to check. Uh, this is for some reason not working. Ideally, it is supposed to work. Anyway, so I'll circle back to this. Okay, slash b thing. But for now, just let's move on. Um, slash capital B. Okay, it matches if this are not at the beginning. Okay, I think they have changed the meanings of this. Okay, uh, I'm not sure if there is any modification. Both beginning and end, you mean? Okay, let's. No, there is still not a hit, right? Yeah. So okay, don't worry about this slash small b. Okay, maybe there is a change in the meanings. Okay. Um, so what you see here, don't worry about this. Maybe they have modified the little bit. Okay, they must have tweaked it, or whatever it is. So slash a is understood. Okay, it is does the work of caret. Let's look at slash b. Slash b, when you say slash b, so slash b has to slash b make sure that something. Okay, so if it's added at the end, it makes sure that something is ending, basically. Sorry, the beginning of the word has this match. Okay. But if you add the same slash b in the beginning, it will not work. Okay, so remember, slash b has to be added at the end of the word for which you are trying to get a match. For example, in one of my projects, I think, I'm not sure if Swapnil is aware. So there was something I had to write, MLOps code I had to write, in which I had to get a match for all the Google APIs. So the pattern was quite simple. So I had to, of lot of, let's just say, artifactory.google.com, something like this. Okay, so if you want, I mean, like I said already in the beginning, you could do this in various ways. Okay, so but if you want to get something, if you want to do it in this way, this also can be done. Okay, and if you want to do something like this exact match, okay, and then add a dollar. So what we are here saying is, this entire thing should come in the end. Okay, so that's what it would be a match. But if I remove this bracket and only add a dollar, it would match only .com. Okay, something like that. Okay, and here in this example, we are adding slash b. So basically, in one single word, which is our string, we are saying, make sure that something starts with, right? That is what slash b is for. So if I add art, okay, okay, so we get a match for art. um, so if I want to check if something starts with artifactory, that is when I can use, why is it, okay, yeah, so now I have a match. So not the complete word, but the beginning of the word. Okay, beginning of the word can be up until r. Okay, so slash a is to check if something starts with, slash b also is used to check if something starts with, but the difference is slash b is added in the end. Okay, if you feel tedious to remember all this, so you can always rely on the other meta characters. Okay, now the next important thing is, don't worry about slash small b. Okay, I will get back to you on that. For some reason it's not working. Okay, the next important thing is slash d. This I have used extensively. Now slash d is very interesting. It only matches the numbers available in a string. If my string is, let's just say, my address is house number, let's just say 256. This is, by the way, wrong address, so don't worry about it. So house number is 256, and I live in um, Manhattan City, uh, Greater New York. Okay, um, New York City, and something like that. Block number 15, something like that. Okay, if this is your test string and you want to match only the numbers, that is when you make use of slash d. Okay, so re dot find all of pattern comma test string. Okay, so here you're getting the numbers individually. That also you can pay attention to. That's simply because you're using this complete string. But if I kind of split it, okay, okay, fine, let me modify the this number such that I get one whole thing. Okay, there you got. Okay, so basically, what plus we already know. Okay, plus is used just like your star matches from 0 to n, plus matches from 1 to n, right? That is what plus is. So we are saying gather the numbers, but gather all the numbers in one go. So whatever the numbers are, so those numbers are being gathered. Okay, so slash d is going to be very helpful for you. So if you want to fetch any phone number in your any log number or phone number from your uh, big text or any numbers at all, you can use slash d plus slash d plus. Okay, just remember, um, this is going to be very helpful. Okay, very similar to this, we have slash d also, capital D. Okay, if you notice, okay, again I'm gonna add a plus. Okay, if you notice, d slash d is returning only numbers, small d. Capital D is returning only text. Okay, so if you wanna remove some, let's just say you're working on an OCR use case. OCR, you know, right? When you scan your document, right, on your either through your printer or you using your phone, sometimes the values captured in the documents are not, they are kind of jumbled, and I mean something would be there, like some star or something like that. If you want to leave all of that and only extract the text, so this method can come in handy. Yeah, is this clear? Slash d and capital D. Okay, and very similarly, we also have something called small s. Okay, and if you take small s, this you can play around very intuitively, if you notice. So slash s, see, if you notice, slash s is giving you spaces, slash d is giving you text, slash d plus is giving you numbers. If you want to segregate, if you want to lose all the spaces, okay, you can do a match. First you can put everything in list, and then remove uh, everything in the list as in entire text in list, split it, and then uh, parse it in such a way that wherever this slashes is there, that particular thing is removed, if you want to remove the spaces from the entire text. Okay, so something like that. So these methods that you're seeing now, you're gonna use them in NLP when we discuss natural language processing. All these things will come back here. Basically everything that we have learned so far in Python, you will keep on using all these concepts again and again in various sections that we do, either data analysis or machine learning or NLP or computer vision or recommendation system. So anything that we learn, so these things will keep coming back. So just remember top of your head. If you don't, if you forget also, it's okay, you can always go back and check. Okay, so yeah, and now capital S. Okay, so this thing is again matching everything without spaces. Notice this, small s is matching only spaces, small s, capital S is matching everything other than spaces. Okay, they, I think small letters and capital letters, they kind of work in a opposite way. Okay, um, but there is no slash small a. I looked for it, I couldn't find, but if you find, you let me know. Okay, the next example, this is straightforward, right? So okay, the next example is small w. I will keep on adding plus only so that I can fetch everything in one. So notice something. So slash w is almost fetching the same thing as capital S, but let me make a tweak here. If I add underscore, I will add underscores. Okay, you see underscores are fetched here also. Underscores are, okay, so underscores are fetched here also, but you, let me make this change as dollar. Okay, and add a dollar here. So if you notice, dollar is not here, and I think dollar will not come here as well, but Okay, dollar came here. Okay, anyway, so the point I'm trying to make is the difference between these two is very minor, and the minor difference is the way how it is detected is how these special symbols are doing the match is slash small w plus considers underscore as a text. Basically anything you have that can be used as an identifier, as a part of an identifier, and which is your small letters, right? Your small letters, your underscore, your capital letters, these are the things your identifier can start with. Basically the way it is thinking is underscore and letters, those are considered as text by small w, whereas capital slash s plus is only going to remove the white spaces. It doesn't care what you provide it here. Okay, irrespective of what you provide, even the symbols from other fonts, I think that we can test that theory also. But I don't have character map here, but anyway, fine. So just understand the way how this is parsing is by removing the white spaces, but here this is purely trying to extract the text in a sense that underscore is also included in the text, but other than underscore nothing else is included. Okay, you can try passing exclamation also, not everything will be truncated except for except for underscore. Okay, that is the difference. And now likewise we also have capital W. Okay, now in capital W it will fetch everything that belongs to, okay, punctuations. Okay, or sorry, not punctuations, this special characters that we call, right? So which is all your exclamation, ampersand, hash, dollar, percentage, caret, amp. So um, all these things will be matched. Okay, slash w basically matches any non-alpha numeric characters. You can put all of these here if you like, just to have a sense. You can see it will match everything whatever you provide. So all these things are fetched. Is this clear? Okay, and then we also have one more thing called slash z. Okay, and in the slash z, if I suffix slash z by saying city, okay, and here I make it as New York City. Okay. Okay, maybe separate word, it has to be a separate word. Still no go. Let me test with something else. Okay, see. Uh, okay, so slash z is only checking, is only going to check this space and the last word. Okay, nothing else. It doesn't care about what you do, what you have in the beginning. It's only going to check the last space and the word, and whatever it is going to, if that is a match, then it is going to return it. This you can, I mean, again, circling back, so see this you can check if this entire string ends with, right? So you can directly type if it is city. Okay, you'll get the true value. I mean, it is the same thing. Okay, it's just that here you're returning if it is true or false, here you're returning the value itself. This we have checked. This can also be done with dollar, right? So that's what we saw. So if you type dollar, you will get it. Dollar also is going to care only about the, if something is going to end. So that's what I said. So multiple options exist for you to do various pattern matching, but the most important things I would want you to concentrate on is slash w plus. This you are going to use extensively, and slash d plus. Okay, small d small d, and even capital D for that matter. Just remember these things. These are going to be very important for your work. Is this clear up until this point? Very straightforward, right? Okay. Now we will check the same thing. Okay, same thing. I mean, there is no difference here. The now we are moving to the methods available in regex. Okay, uh, regex. That's all about special symbols. Okay, don't worry about slash b or whatever. Maybe the changes are made um, in latest versions of Python, but that's okay. Um, okay, next method is find all itself. As you have been using find all extensively here, let me do a match as slash d plus. Okay, um, so find all, you already have seen the results multiple times we have used. Find all basically will match whatever the pattern that you provide, and will give you the give you all the results. Let's just say if I had some number 987654321, this is my telephone number. Okay, so it will match that. And let's just say some when you're doing the web scraping, right, um, you want to fetch some details of users or something you want to extract which are numerical in nature, so you can do this and get the results stored in some list or somewhere which you can access, or maybe even convert that to a data frame to do your analysis. Okay, so find all basically will help you fetch all the results. Okay, this is straightforward. This we have used, right, multiple times we have used. Okay, the next thing is split. Okay, let's look at how split works. I will use a different text uh, string to demonstrate that. Let's just say the time now is, what is the time, 8:30. Okay, 8 is 8. Okay, and then 30 is, I will type as 30. This is my time, and the pattern that I'm gonna use is the same thing. It's just that I'm gonna replace the method with split. Okay, so when I do this split, notice where the split is happening. Split is happening where you specified the pattern. Pattern was number, and number is here. Wherever the number is there, the split is happening. So basically split will split your, this is same as your string. If you take this entire string, we saw the split method, right? Split method we already saw when we were working. And if you specified a comma, the split was happening at comma. You notice the comma is gone now, right? Hold on. Okay, you specify the split at space. Now I'm specifying the split at space. So wherever space is there, their comma is added. This became a separate word. um, 8 became a separate word. 30 became a, 32 is to 30 became a separate word. So very similar to this. Okay, here the only thing is, I'm, instead of specifying this, I'm specifying slash d plus. Okay, now although there is a difference between the results, but when you specify a slash d plus, what you're trying to tell is, here it is a pattern. That's the difference here. Here it is a pattern. Here in this it is trying to look for slash d. If I add slash d plus, it will split at that value. Okay, so split will split what at whatever you provide this as. It will take these values literally and try to do the split. But whereas split, regex split, this is Python split, string split, this is regex split. Okay, regex split will do the pattern matching and then split. That is the difference. Okay, did you understand this difference? Okay, so here the pattern is taken, whatever the pattern you specify. If I specify w, you notice basically it's doing the split wherever numbers letters are found. W matches for the numbers, right? sorry, the letters, slash d matches the numbers. So wherever numbers are found, it's doing the split. So basically, basis on a pattern, it does the split. So that is the difference. Okay. And to the split, um, okay. So in the split method again, okay, there is one more thing called max split. Max split means how many splits do you want? Okay, here possible splits are two only because there are only two numbers, but I'll specify only one split. See what happened? The second split is not done because the maximum I have specified as one only. Let's just say I had another number. Okay, another number. Okay, three. Now there are four numbers here. The max split I know is available is 4, but I'll specify 2. When I specify 2, rest of them are kept, only 2 splits are done. Is max value clear now? Okay, it comes from, yes. So indexing starts from 0, so it passes from left to right always. Okay, um, let me test something. Okay, unless I specify, I'm not sure if this is something that works. Yeah, it doesn't work, but it works in the split part here. If I take the same string, okay, this is my test string, and now I'm gonna use only the string split, and in the string split we have, here I will add as right split. Okay, the right, we for string methods we have right split also, except that the split starts from the indexing, it starts from the negative side, right side, and starts doing the indexing split. Okay, so that method we have, but we don't have that method in regex. So there is only split, hence the split is done only from left to right. Okay, is this clear? Mm, no. So split happens where the pattern is matched. Pattern is matching is first pattern matched is at 8, second pattern is matched as 30. Hence 8 and 30 will disappear. If I provide 3, now the pattern will also happen at 78. Okay, there the split is happening. See, space is splitted here. This space is splitted. Okay, that way. Okay, next method is substitute method. Okay, we have a substitute method. So let me take the same example, but instead of splitting I will do, or maybe take this example. Instead of finding all here, we are going to use substitute. Now when you do a substitute, you have to tell what do you want to substitute with. Okay, we already have seen slash s fetches are, okay, let me do a find all first and then from there I'll show you. So we already know all these spaces is fetched by slash s. Now if I want to substitute this pattern, okay, along with a value, I have to provide a replace value as well. So basically the syntax will become pattern, okay, then comes the replace value, and then comes the test string. Now replace value I have to provide. What do I want to replace those spaces with? In this case, I will replace it with, let's just say plus, only to show you. Okay, here I'm going to, instead of doing this w, I'm going to um, do a d. Basically I'm saying wherever you have numbers, you just replace those with plus. Okay, so you see plus. This is a good method for doing data hiding, right? So if you want to anonymize whatever the values, numerical values are there, so you can go ahead and do this. But if I add d plus, notice what happened. 3 pluses became 1 because it's now trying to fetch everything, all three digits as one number, right? That's why only 1 plus. Okay, there is 1 plus here also, 1 plus here also. But if I remove this plus, how many number of that matches are there individually, so that will be replaced. So substitute method, is this clear? Substitute is basically used to replace the values. So any doubts in substitute? Okay, all right. So now the next method, let me take the same method. Okay, we also have something called substitute n. Okay, substitute n will return a two tuple containing new string and number. So basically the difference is in the way they return. Okay, the way the results are being written. If you notice here, you are getting a string, here you are getting a tuple. Okay, let me check the splits if they are correct. Yeah, splits are also correct. So why is it? Okay, it's returning new string, but it is also returning the substitutions made, same as this. Okay, I guess the only method way, only difference is let the way how it is returning the result. Let me modify this example to see if there is any other difference. Okay, I will try to get this. Okay, I might get the same result. Okay, fine, no worries, it's fine. So basically what is happening is the difference is in the way how the results are getting. Here you are getting as string, here you are getting it as tuple. Okay, in the tuple you are also getting the new string after replacement. Okay, which is what you were getting previously also. So basically the way how it returns the result is what is the difference. Okay, so here let's check what sub does. Sub returns a string obtained by replacing the leftmost non-overlapping occurrences of the pattern. Okay, which is fine. And if it is a column, it is passed. Okay, fine, it's a same thing. But what is this thing doing? uh, this is returning a two tuple, but we are seeing single tuple, right? Okay, single tuple containing two different things, number and new string. Okay, I see the number here, so that is the difference. Okay, so substitute, what substitute does, substitute n also does the same thing, but substitute n here stands for substitute and return n value. Okay, basically it's returning how many substitutions were done. So if you notice how many substitutions were done, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. So that's why it's returning 15 substitutions. Is this clear? Basically it's returning a n value, how many substitutions are done. That's what sub n is for. Any doubts in this? Okay, all right. Now let's reuse this same example. Okay, here the next method is called as search. Okay, now in the search the syntax is that we don't have a replace value clearly. So we don't need this replace value. So if I do a search, okay, I will get the results as a span. Now span is nothing but a, index where it is found, basically the starting index of where the result is found. If you start counting 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23. So 23 position is where I have these two, so that is what this 23 is at. Okay, and match results are 2. How many match results are there? So that it is returning, but ideally it should, the match result should have been 3. um, okay, let's see why that is the case. Would I have made any more difference? Okay, let me add plus and check. Aha, okay, so it's okay. Okay, I think I understood. So I will run the same method to explain this better. I will explain this, run the same method, but I'll do a find all. Okay, and I'll compare and explain. Okay, so the thing is, search, what it does is it returns you two different things. One, what the match is for. Okay, for the pattern that you provided, what matched is this two is being returned. Okay, and where it is found at 23rd index. Okay, so that is what is being written. 23rd to 24 is being indicated, so it's found from 23rd to 24. Okay, that's how it is interpreting. Again, it depends on the indexing and pointer where it is pointing, but don't worry about it. So it's, nevertheless, it's returning two different things. One, the match itself, along with the position at which it is found. Okay, but if I add this as plus, okay, and add this as plus here. Okay, now there are three matches, right? Now there are three matches, and here also it says the index of the match, first match is from 23 to 26. 26 is this, comma, 23, 24, 25. So it's taking 26, so that 25 completely is included. Okay, and match, what match that it is giving, and it is returning only the first match. Okay, but if I add an index to it, you see it is giving me one value. If I add one, it won't give me anything. So basically what I'm trying to say here is, this search method searches for only one single occurrence, the first occurrence. Okay, first single occurrence. Okay, that is what it is returning. It goes from left, wherever it matched, it will stop there, it will give you the result, and you can access that value by using the 0, by passing the 0 if you want to access. Okay, is this clear? Okay, all right. The next thing is match object itself. There are certain match objects that we need to check. Okay, so we have something called group, and this group returns a match group. Okay, now let me show you what it means, and then we can um, reuse. Okay, this search I'm doing, right? So this search I have passed, and all these things are there. Here what I'm gonna do is, I'm not gonna only get the number. Okay, I will get the number in such a way that we already know, we can specify how many digits of match you want. Okay, and let's just say I don't want a single match. Okay, I don't have examples here like that. Let me change this. Okay, let me modify to explain this better. Let's just say some random number, 1, 2, 3, uh, 3, 4. Okay, now I have these numbers. If I pass match a number that has 4 digits, okay, then I also say match another number that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 digits, and I have to enclose this as a separate thing. Okay, and this as a separate match. So basically I'm saying, get me two different sets of matches where I have a 4 digit number followed by a 6-digit number. Is this is the pattern making sense? I'm saying slash d means number. This is understood. This slash d is understood. Okay. Now I'm saying get me the number which has only 4 digits. Okay. Here I'm saying get me the number which has only 6 digits, such that this 6 digits should come together, this 4 digits should come together, and there should be a space between them. Is this clear? The pattern, did you understand the pattern that we are trying to do match? Okay, now what I'll do is I will take the result match, I will assign the result to match instead, because I want to parse it. Now I'll say get me match dot group, what matched basically. Okay, this will help me get the result. Here only there is only a one single match, but if I reduce the digits, okay, only one match is there again. Let me do one thing, let me separate this as one, okay, and separate this number as another number, and separate this number as another number. Okay, so how do I get a 3-digit match? 3 followed by 2. Okay, all right. So this is fine, making sense, but do I also have groups? Oh yeah, yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, I have groups as well. Yeah, okay. So this is what. So now I have segregated the numbers with a comma. Okay, it's a string of 3 numbers. Now I'm saying get me 2 numbers followed by a space, then followed by another 2 numbers. So which is clearly this 80 space 98, right? And we already know search matches only the first occurrence. The moment it reaches this first occurrence, it will stop. And that group, the result that you have captured in the match variable can be accessed using group. Okay, but if you want to separate these out and access as separate numbers, then you have something called groups as well. Okay, basically group is being used to return a subgroup of the match. Okay, this I will copy paste here, return a subgroup of the entire match, and this will return multiple, return a tuple containing all subgroups. Okay, so if there were multiple subgroups, then it will return a tuple. Group and groups are, group will return only one group, which is a combined I mean a direct search hit, pattern hit. Groups will return you tuple of separated numbers of the same um, pattern hit. Is this clear? Mhm. This one, that will indicate number of digits. Okay, number of digits, not index. If I add 4, 4 numbers followed by 2, now see the result. This entire 4 followed by space I have added here, that space along with 2. Yeah. 2, because there is space no here. See the way how I have calculated is there should be a space also. See this space, Space is only available here. If there was no space here, okay, let's just say I will remove this entirely. Now I'm saying just get me the hit of, it will give me only 79. This is clear, right? Now I have not added spaces. Now if I add a space, where is the first two digit number with a space? This one only, correct? That is where the space is. Sure. If I add a comma 70 followed by this instead of space, I have to get 70 comma. Okay, and if I add a space after this, okay, and again add two digits, then what do you think you'll get? You should get 70 comma space 76. Okay, where is that? 70 comma space, yeah, yeah, one extra bracket, yeah, yeah. Okay, so you got that match. Okay, yeah, all right. So now these groups, if you want to access individually, you can specify one group one, or if you want to access the second group, you can provide the second group. That option also you have. Group basically is returning whatever in the search result you have a pattern hit, right? So in from that it is trying to give you the end result. Okay. Now we also have additional method called match.start. If you wanna check if I mean if you want to, why is it like, okay, fine. So basically if you wanna know what this group is starting with, okay, then you can use start, and if you wanna check what is that match ending with, then you can use end also. Okay, so this group is starting with 7, but why is it ending with 13? One second. Return index of the end substring. Okay, it's returning the index. This one, why is it giving 7? Index of the start substring. Okay, so where is it basically matched? That is where the index is being returned here. Okay, so this returns index. Okay, so basically see here I'm using numbers, that's why it may not make much sense to why even use these. Okay, but if you are doing a web scraping, or if you're doing some NLP based task where you have huge amount of task, a huge amount of text, and you want to do a pattern matching, it need not be slash w slash d, no, it could be slash w also. And if you have such a string, huge string, um, where you wanna get these, you wanna get a specific number. Okay, let's just say you want to get a word with 5 letters, sorry, and then followed by a plus together, it should have a, okay, I'll remove the plus. Okay, so you get the first hit. Okay, there is no second group in this result, but anyway you get the idea. So if you want to fetch something unique in your text, which has certain length, which starts with certain character, ends with certain character, you can pass that pattern and access those groups. And on that groups, if you want to know what is the index, you can use starting index and ending index, and then you can replace or substitute or do whatever you like. Okay, and then for the same match you have span is nothing but we already saw this, it just gives you the starting and ending, it's a combination of starting and ending index. Okay, is this clear? Okay. Mhm. Yeah. Okay, okay, sure. So group one you already understood, right? Groups you it gave you address. So basically we are trying to match 5 letter word. Okay, we have not specified starting character of that. Okay, but we are just matching a random five letter digit, and 5 letter digit is here address. So what this um, start is returning is the index of where that match is. The index is 0, 1, 2, 3. 3. At index 3 the letter A exists, so hence the start is returning 3. And where is it ending? It's ending at E. After 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, it doesn't provide you 7 because it has to include that letter, right? So that's why it moves one letter ahead, n plus 1 value, so it returns 8. Okay, that way only that way complete address is captured, array is captured. So basically this start is giving you the index value of where that match happened. Okay, yeah. Okay, and final method we have, it's called compile. Okay, r dot compile. Okay, now if you want to compile something that starts with slash w slash d plus. Okay, um, okay, so basically this compile can compile a pattern. Okay, and basically what it is doing is it's converting this string pattern into an object, and you can use this object to store somewhere and reuse to do the pattern matching. Okay, so we don't use compile much. Okay, but I can show you an example also. Let's just say I have compiled this already, and I am assigning this to uh, a variable. Okay, even before that, let's just say um, a string exists. String already exists, right? Let's just say I add a string directly, some number, like I'll copy this only. I must have overwritten. Okay, fine. uh, okay, so this is my string. Even before this, let's just say match dot. Okay, you notice this match.re. Match.re gave you the compiled version of this, but re.compile, if I assign to this, okay, and uh, okay, and I provide this string. Okay, and I want to access the first result. So up until this point, okay, to explain this compile, this is kind of a reverse of what the process we have been doing so far. See, what is the process we have been doing so far? We are taking a test string, we are taking a pattern, and to that pattern we are trying to search or find or substitute or do some sub n. Okay, that is what we have been doing. But now compile allows you to do the reverse. Compile allows you to take a pattern, okay, and assign it to a variable, and to that variable you can pass whatever you want. Basically what it means is, first you will compile this variable. Okay, I've compiled wherever the numbers are there, you just fetch me the numbers. Now what you did is, with open some file you opened. Okay, we already have some file there, some underscore file dot txt you already have, comma you opened it in w plus mode as f. Okay, now you wrote a for loop for I in f. Okay, that means for each word that it is going to iterate, you want to match. Okay, var dot match or I dot match in this case. Okay, uh, var dot match of I, sorry, not var, yeah, var dot match of I. Okay, and you this you can capture again somewhere else, and you can utilize that. So basically, if you want to check certain pattern exists in a file or anywhere else or in the database even, okay, that pattern is being compiled to a variable, and that variable you can utilize, okay, to match with the results after iterating over the file. Is this clear? Okay, let me print this. So there are no results because some file doesn't have any numbers, right? So let's just, okay, let's just say this be a sum file. Okay, we are trying to match, okay, slash d string we are passing here. Okay, and we are trying to match. Am I capturing it correctly? Okay, what if I pass this? This is some file. Ah, okay, the mode I should have changed. Let me refresh and open and check. Okay, you got the matches now. Basically, you get the idea, right? So once you have compilation, and you can go ahead and do the match here. Plus, I can pass plus also. Okay, so that way I get the matches, whatever the wherever it matched in the entire file. I could do that. Okay, this method is just additional way of doing things. You could have directly opened the file, looped over it, and directly wrote the pattern matching here itself. But compilation is kind of taking the pattern and then doing the matches, rather than just passing it directly here, storing it in a variable and matching it. Is this clear? I mean, it's just another way. Like I said in the very beginning, there are many ways of doing the same thing. Okay, so if you have understood this, brilliant, very good, excellent. Okay, um, and then we have find iter. Okay, we have seen everything else. We have only find iter and full match. Now full match is a new thing introduced. Okay, along with find iter. Okay, now let me demonstrate find iter. These are new methods. Okay, these were not there, they came very recently. Anyway, so let's just say my string has Python 3.0 was um, released in 2008. Okay, now I would say my matches is equal to, I'm trying to assign it directly to a variable re dot. Okay, let me follow the same process that we did. First we will define a pattern. Okay, pattern is, let's just say I want to get only two numbers, number followed by number basically. Okay, here I want to do find iter. Okay, find iteration uh, of that pattern. Okay, in the string, yes is my string, and I will say for match in matches, print match dot group. Okay, so find iter also does like find iteration only. Okay, very similar, but it's just that uh, so find iter tries to do the match at every single letter or digit. Okay, if I do, okay, let me show the find all and find iter. Okay, find iter doesn't have match, it's fine. I would say matches. Okay, so notice the difference. So the difference is here also, if I add matches only and not anything else. Okay, so notice what happened. So find all will give you the very similar result, but it will give you a result as a complete list. Okay, and find iter will give you an object over which you can iterate. Okay, that is the difference. Let's just say this is going to be extremely useful method. Okay, if you want a consumption, let's just say you took a very big file, 1 GB of file. Okay, in 1 GB of file, or even few MBs, let's not talk about GBs, even few MBs of file, you wanted to get some pattern matching, but you got some million results. Okay, now all those million results will have to be stored in a list. That is what find all does automatically for you. If you have memory, well and good. Okay, you can go ahead and store it, and then again accessing the values is again going to be very hectic with this process. Okay, instead you have a very memory efficient way, very memory efficient in a sense that it is going to find all the patterns and it is going to store it as a iterator. It is not going to store as a list. Basically this is very same as a generator. Okay, we have iterator, generator, iterables, three different things. Okay, generator you already know, it yields one value. Iterator is a pointer. Okay, pointer which points to the result. Okay, in the beginning, that is iterator, that is what it is doing. Okay, iterable is the collection type on which is returned. For example, here this is returning iterable, so which is your list. Okay, this is iterator, it is returning a iterator object, a pointer object. So this is more memory efficient, no? So you can only loop over that iterator and get the results one by one rather than storing everything in one go. Okay, so now if I type whatever the match in matches, just get me one value at a time, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm saying get me one value at a time. I don't have so much memory so that I can parse it or do whatever I logic I want to build. So that is the difference between find iter and find all. Is this clear? Okay, all right. Likewise, we also have full match. Now full match, we already have match, right? We know what match does. What, by default, by the definition, you notice it tries to apply the pattern at the start of the beginning only, and then it will stop. Okay, so let's just say we have seen one address example, right? That only I will take. This example I will take. Okay, here I'm trying to let's just say match. I will remove this also. I'm trying to only get a letter or group of letters that have 5 digits. So clearly we already know the answer here. Or maybe let me try D instead and even take this out and add a plus. This makes more sense for me. Okay. So if I do a print of this, okay, slash d. Okay, that's because of is okay only the beginning. Okay, yeah, you notice. Okay, fine, no problem. So I will do a full match. Okay, 1 second. Match anyway is looking at the starting, that I already know, but full match is supposed to look at the entire flow. 1 second, let me understand why this is not working. uh, Let me check the documentation, maybe documentation will have the answer. So try to apply a pattern to all the string returning a match object or none if nothing was found. Okay, let me do a slash. Still it's not giving me anything. Okay, maybe let me try to change an example and check. That way, there could be some difference. 1 second. Uh, Here I want to, let's just say, I want to get email address. Okay, and this is my test string, and the pattern I want to match is something that starts with W for sure, and then um, I have, okay, so slash W is one group, and then it can repeat as many times as it want. Then I have a at symbol, then again I can have slash W as many times as I want. Then I have a dot. Okay, okay, yeah, this also can repeat as many times as it wants. Dot I have. Then again I have okay, this time I can directly write com. No, I want exact com. Okay, exact com is needed. So this is my pattern for that email address. Okay, I got the hit. So so Sadev at gmail.com. Fine, but what if I take the same thing here? 1 second, give me a uh, interesting. But what if I add? Then also it's a hit. Okay, full match is supposed to match completely. Okay, let me check one more. I will add at um, outlook.com. Okay. Okay, that is supposed to give me one result only. But what if this has? Okay, maybe the way we are understanding is different. Try to apply the pattern to all of the string returning a match object. Okay, okay, I think I there is a small confusion in the way we understood, or I understood. Okay, anyway, so this, the difference between these two is full match and match is match will look at the beginning of the string, and beginning of the string I already told you, it could be at the last but nth, n minus 1th letter. This entire thing could be taken as the beginning of this entire string. So match will try to check if there is a pattern matching in this entire string up until this point. Okay, if you want to test that also, you can do re.match of, let's just say your string is A B C D E 1. Okay, and uh, this is your string, and the pattern you want to match is, so clearly it's a slash w. Okay, slash w plus. If you notice, slash w plus match the entire thing. Okay, because beginning is taken up until this point. How do I make it take? Dollar. Okay, watch now. So beginning, what does match do? We already know match looks for a match in the beginning. From this example you can understand, up until this point it is see checking. Okay, and whenever the match is found it is returning. So basically what it means is, from this letter up until this letter, everything is taken as beginning. Okay, is this understood, the match part? If this is understood, you will understand the full part also. Now the, yes, I'll get rid of. Now the full match, what it's doing is, full match wants to match completely from starting to end. It doesn't even want to spare this, the last letter. So complete thing is being matched. If you check, no results are found. But if I remove this, now the result is found. Is this clear? Full match basically wants to do a exact match. Ideally they should have, developers should have written an exact match here. That would have made more sense. Exact match बोल के एक method बनाए होते, so if that made that method, that would have made more sense rather than making it full match. Full match is a little confusing from the terminology, but full match is same as exact match. Okay, it's exactly trying to match the string, the trying to match the pattern with the entire string. Is this understood? Match is matching from the starting up until the last point here. So it doesn't matter in this entire, from this point, if the match is there it will return. That's why it's able to get this first part, okay, in the entire thing. But this full match, which is exact match, has to match completely. But if I provide the repeat the same thing here again with a space, now it will match. Sorry, bracket. Okay, now it will match. See, a full match is same as exact match. Okay, that you remember. Sorry, even I got confused with full match. I thought full match was something else. Full match was doing a partial match in the entire string, but that's not the case. Anyway, so full match is exact match. You remember that much, and that include that completes the regex part. Okay. There is nothing much to it, so you can go ahead and explore more. And there is a beautiful website called Regex 101. Okay, this is a free website, so you can go ahead, insert whatever you want. The slash d, the moment you type slash d, it will show you what it is trying to match. It will match 0 to 9. Okay, globally, g means globally it will match slash d. And now here you can test whatever you want to test. House number 256. Okay, now what is the match? 256 is the match. See, the match information is being shown here, 256 separately. But if I add slash d plus, now there is only one match, 256. Okay, this I would say, I want you to bookmark this website on your machines and go ahead and explore this. This is a very helpful website. Okay. um, and one more thing, as a developer now, we live in a era of chat gpt. For at least for learning purposes, it's okay for you to not know the answers and search for the answers and get it, like we used to do in old, like few years back we used to google it and find it, debug it, right? Learn it that way. Don't use chat gpt. If you use chat gpt, trust me, you will not learn anything. Okay, and chat gpt is only only going to impact your learning process. So if you don't know answer, it's okay. Okay, I will give you some practice questions. Okay, that's why I'm saying I will give you practice questions. It's okay for you to search for answers if you don't know, but don't rely on chat gpt, please. Okay, that's only going to cause impact to your learning. Okay, this concludes regex, and then I want to stop here. You can quickly go have your breakfast and come back at 10 a.m. So regex is completed. We will see the next sections, errors and exception handling, along with other modules. Whatever time permits, we will do it today, and next week we will complete this. That would be the end of Python. Okay, and I am I want to start linear algebra, probability, statistics, along with the NumPy, pandas, and some graphing libraries, stats model, statistics model, so all of those. Okay, um, is this clear?